Funding for the celebration of RAHI's 30th anniversary is provided by the University of Alaska Fairbanks College of Rural and Community Development and by New York Life.
If I hadn't gone to RAHI, I wouldn't know what to do with my life, really, at this point.
If I hadn't gone to RAHI, I don't think I'd be where I am today. It was really my first. I was able to meet a lot of people throughout the state of Alaska, so I was able to have connections.
If I hadn't gone to RAHI, if I didn't go to RAHI, I wouldn't know what it felt like to be at a university, to feel that pressure, to feel like a minority, to even know how to navigate these foreign systems.
I mean, there was nothing for rural students, Native students in particular. We had, we were dropping out like flies, and we had, it was an alien environment. You're away from home, you're away from your family, away from your food, and, struggling to try to learn how to get along at the university, how to study, and get through. And there were a very precious few of us that actually made it through. And so it was, ripe to do something to help the village students, transition into the university life.
The Rural Alaska Honors Institute, or known as RAHI, is a 6-week academic boot camp designed for students from rural Alaska to come and experience college life, to actually understand the demand and the rigor of college.
I had a visit from the president of the university who needed some help trying to figure out the politics of the situation. So I actually essentially got Senator Ferguson and the university president together so that they could get Chukchi going. And also part of the idea was to get the university to say, yes, this is a great idea.
The major players in this are the Alaska Federation of Natives, and we had real statesmen of legislators that were working on our behalf back then, and Senator Ferguson from Kotzebue, Senator John Sackett, Willie Hensley, and Dennis Demmert was working for UAF at the time, and just a real strong proponent of Alaska Native education.
I wanted to challenge myself and see what college was like and prepare myself to go into higher education. I get to meet a lot of friends, enjoy that time here, but RAHI is really challenging us students.
RAHI taught me so much about making choices and making decisions that are important in college. Homework assignments, knowing how to prioritize, and letting me understand the selections I make in college courses made a big difference in where I was going with my degree.
Most of the students who come here, there was a very abrupt change for them. And for most of them, it was a difficult task to get used to living away from home in a campus with a stranger. So overcoming that, I think, was the biggest accomplishment of the residential aspect of the program, which of course is part of the program, a big part of it actually.
Back in 1983, when it was first started, RAHI was a 4-week program. I think within the first year or two, it expanded to 6 weeks, which allowed them to get more academically involved in each student's life. In 1991, I think, it became, we offered our first class for credit.
A student coming here to RAHI could walk away with 9, maybe even sometimes 10 or 8 UAF credits on a transcript.
There's still a real need for the program. We have changed throughout the years to fit that need. In the early years, a lot of the students, their second language was English. And so we dealt with a lot of reading classes to bring them up to a certain level to be able to get into an English 111 class. We have different needs now. Times have changed in a lot of ways.
It's a little crucible where you can bring in all these dreams, all these passions, and then you kind of pour in the reality of the situation and you turn the flame on a little bit there and start cooking, and that's exciting. There's nothing quite as fulfilling as helping somebody improve.
What I expect to get out of RAHI is a clear concept and view of what college is going to be like and the obstacles I'll have to face and what I have to expect from it and what I have to put out forth from myself to come here.
I had a chance to meet other people from around the state, and we shared a common bond. We shared common feelings about, well, can I do this, or am I really going to leave home? What kind of career goals do I have? Am I going to have a family and do this at the same time? And where will I be? What will I do? We had the same questions, the same fears, and at the same time we didn't quite know where we'd be. And it was good. It was a good feeling knowing that I wasn't the only one.
Before I made the transition from small village high school with 30 students to RAHI, I put some self-imposed limits on what it is that was possible for me. I think I was always curious about what was possible for me and what was outside the confines of what I knew. The two things that I received from my RAHI experience was to be part of a community of learners, to be connected to the university, and also, more than anything else, probably more important, was the confidence that I could succeed academically in a college environment. For me now, I'm in that next generation of RAHI families, because this summer my 17-year-old daughter's been accepted to go to RAHI.
I think it's just really neat to be around people from all over and just be all together and learn new things.
Before I came here, me and my dad worked on nets. I'd probably be fishing right now. And I asked my dad what I should do, and he told me to come to RAHI because it's good for my education.
In the beginning, it was challenging because I was away from home, from family for the summer. But then once you actually go out there to meet the other students that are there, you have almost like the best friends there. I mean, because you live with your friends, you eat with your friends, you go to class with your friends. I mean, I think it's a lot better than high school.
Dance, native dance. It's my favorite class that I'm taking right now. When I was in elementary school and I lived here in Fairbanks, Ozzy, he let me dance with the college kids. And so I had that neat learning experience, and I haven't danced since then. And when I saw on the registration list that I could dance, I was so excited, and I've learned 6 new dances so far.
I think success for me was definitely trying my best and knowing that I will fail and that I can fail, and still pushing forward and reaching the top. It's like a really, really long hike.
Well, in RAHI, the things in the dorms are much more controlled. I mean, we'd have a lights out time, and in college it's much different. You have to set your own limits, make your own time slots.
Well, I dropped out of college. I regretted that a lot. I mean, it was constantly on my mind. It bothered me. And in 2003, I ran into one of my relatives in Caltech, and she said she was taking classes, distance classes, which I've never heard of before. So it took me about 5 years off and on to finish. When I graduated, it was everything that I had hoped it would be. All the feelings, all the sense of accomplishment. was there.
Because I went to RAHI, I was able to finish college. I was able to understand, like in a bridge. There was like a bridge that was created for me. I was able to cross over into this other world that I had never really been into before, where I was a minority, where people they weren't really aware of Gwich'in people. And so I had to kind of understand, like, there's a different world on the other side of this bridge. And RAHI got me there. But then I went home. I became a certified teacher. And I taught in the school in Port Yukon for a number of years, and also up in Arctic Village. But I think a lot of that stuff, a lot of those things that I was able to do, like come over here and live in a healthy way, and then also go home and live in a healthy way. I think those are skills that I learned at RAHI.
If I hadn't gone to RAHI, I don't think I'd be where I am today. I am the Deputy Chief Financial Officer at Tanana Chiefs Conference.
I started working on blackfish genetics in RAHI. I was a junior and went back to high school, and I competed in some symposiums for my AP Bio class. And then I went to University of Fairbanks, which is where I am now. And I went back to the Lopez lab, actually, doing the same project on the same fish. And so, because I went to RAHI, I really found out what I wanted to do.
I would suggest that maybe challenge yourself. Translated into Yupik would be keep challenging yourself. Never stop doing it.
Hey,